What was interesting for me was to look at the two of them together, by which I mean Diana and Actaeon, the Death of Actaeon. I think it's quite remarkable the way that you start to look right through paintings when, for selfish reasons, you're trying to get something out of them. And it's an entirely different kind of attention that you have to bring to them. And things that I found in both of these paintings that I thought I knew well, that really surprised me. You know, the extent to which the entire kind of planet, it seems, in the Death of Actaeon has become roiled and twisted, you know, as Diana draws the bowstring back, so that the whole vector of the thing has become kind of warped. You know, and the way the Actaeon kind of wheels back in this awful kind of swastika of kind of falling. And as I say, just that, you know, the natural circumstances of the, you know, of the painting itself, I really hadn't paid much attention to because I was only looking at the foreground. But there's actually so much going on in the background as well that helps the foreground be as dramatic as it actually is. But you suddenly start to see what's there. For me, it was very much the narrative that was the trigger for the poem. And I think, again, the delay between the two frames, and the way that it depicts the consequences of Actaeon's transgression, and the fact that in one sense, you know, they're immediate, in another sense that they're not at all, and the way in which, you know, sort of desire and transgression are so horribly bound up in the Western imagination, of course, which is ridiculous in some ways, but true in others, and the fact that sometimes you can't tell them apart. So from there, I think it was a skip and a hop to mapping the whole thing onto the kind of grim self-dramatising that all Scottish male poets love to indulge. A winter train, a gale, a poacher's moon, the black glass. Do I honestly still blame the wrong turn in the changing rooms I took when I was 6 and stood too long to look? I think it's inevitable after such a sort of intense, and, you know, short but intense and personal involvement with the art itself. It's for better or for worse, it's going to affect the way that you look at it again. If I'm entirely honest, you do kind of ruin it for yourself, because you can't go into that picture in the same kind of open-hearted way again and allow it to change as you change, because you've taken something, selfishly taken something personal from it. And that's always going to be superimposed over that picture now. So in a way, I've ruined the paintings, for myself at least.